Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm super excited to share a project with you using a few items that just arrived over at the Simon Says Stamp Shop. We're using the beautiful Garden Fresh stamp set. It has some beautiful florals in here. One that has a little watering pail with florals, and then some mason jars or vases filled with some pretty florals. And the sentiments are great for so many different occasions, including birthdays, hello, or thinking about you. Just lots of fun sentiments. Simon also has a new color blend pack. This is Pastel Cardstock Assortments. And the neat thing about these is there's 8 in a pack, 8 designs. These are all the colors, and they have that beautiful gradient. Some of them are 2 different colors. Some of them kind of fade into a lighter color. And we're going to use this one. This is a real pretty teal that kind of goes from light to dark. We're going to use this on our card today. And the products that I use today, I'll link down below in the description area, along with the coordinating blog post. We're going to start off our projects. We're going to make 2 cards today. We're going to start off by doing a little stamping. And I thought these little 3 vases were really pretty. So I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. And I'm going to stamp all 3. I'm pretty sure that there's a coordinating die set that will go with this, and I will link that down below as well. I think there might be a bundle where you can get the stamp set and the die set. Either or all down below. We're going to color in images with alcohol markers. We're going to start by stamping. We're going to start by going over our images with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I re-inked my ink pad, so we should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead, press down really good, and they just stamp beautifully. I picked out some Copic markers for my coloring today. These are the colors that we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and play some music while I color, and when I'm done coloring, I will get you back. Coloring is all done. Now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut each one of my images out. And I'll be right back. My images are fussy cut out, and then while I was fussy cutting, I stamped 2 sentiments, and then I blocked the welcome off, and then I fussy cut around the spring. along with the happy and the birthday. You can see here. I'm going to put these off to the side, and now we're going to work on our first card. I went ahead and adhered my card panel, my color blend card panel, to my card base. Both of my cards today are a standard A2 size card, and they're 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2, and they are top folding here. And for this card, I'm going to take a piece of white cardstock, and I want to create a decorative design in my background. So this is the Memory Box Small Circle Burst, and I'm going to place this on a piece of white cardstock, and then I'm going to use one of my double stitched rectangles, and I'm going to create a window in here. I'm going to tack this down, and I'll run this through my die cut machine. This is what our window looks like, and I just love this. I went ahead and used that rectangle die and cut out a panel using this is like a corally orangey color cardstock. Kind of matched my R22 markers. So I want to pop this panel up for a little dimension, but before I do that, I'm going to layer these two together. I'm going to take the inside circle. I want the inside of this to be white because I'm going to put a flower pot in front of it, and I want it to stand out. And so I'll line these up, I'll tack the inside circle back in there, and then I'll flip this around, and I'm just going to use some foam squares to pop this up. I'm going to go ahead and use this real pretty vase for this card. I'm going to put it right in the middle, and since we popped this up, I'm going to put a foam square here to the top area that's going to be inside the window. I just doubled up on them. Let me show you. So this is 2 layers versus the 1. This way everything lays nice and even. I'll put this in the center. And then for this card, I'm going to use Welcome Spring. And it looks like my cutting got a little bit choppy. I'm going to go ahead and fix that. I'm going to add a foam square behind here. I'll just trim it in half. Now I'm going to bring in my glossy accents, and I want to go lightly over the jar here. I'm doing this after I have my sentiment attached. I want to add a gem to the center of my flowers here, and to do that I'm using a brand new tool that I think you're going to love. This is how it comes, and this is a Place and Pierce embellishment wand. This end here, these are protective covers. I'm going to keep mine, but you don't have to. The quality is like straw quality, so they're disposable, but they're nice for keeping your embellishment wand protected. It has Simon Says Stamp's name on here. I don't know if you can tell. And then this end is the piercing end. It comes with a protective cap that is quality, and so you can keep that to keep. It's not that sharp. It's not going to. It's just nice for safety if you want to keep it. But, it's not necessary. And then on the reverse side is the placing part, and it has a this side is the side that will pick up sequins or gems or whatever your heart desires, and it works so well. Let me get some confetti here. I'm not going to use these confettis on my card today, but I want to show you how easy this picks it up. It just picks it up so easy. So this is a really handy tool to have. I'll link it down below in the description area if you see me using this. It's really, really pretty. You know, I love pretty tools. The color in here is the same, almost the same color as this, and there's little gems in there that are that color. So really nice tool, nice gadget to have on hand. And then this piece here you can keep for storage if you want. It's a nice little holder. But I'm going to go ahead and use my piercing end and take these itty bitty Color Essential Gems. This is the silver mix. And I'm going to put a gem in the center of these flowers. And I think that's just the perfect amount. And it works. My Place and Pierce embellishment wand works beautifully. And that finishes off my first project. Now we're going to jump right in to our next project, and for that I'm bringing back my double stitched rectangle dies. These are from Art Impressions. I'm going to take the largest one, and then I'm going to take a piece of white cardstock. Now I'm centering this because I'm going to use the positive and the negative, so I'll just tack this down and I'll run this through my die cut machine. But we're going to do some more die cutting also. I have the Simon Says stamp, Stylized Heart. This actually has a stencil you can buy with it, but I'm not going to use that. I just want the heart. Now since this is a detail, it's a real pretty die, I'm going to die cut this out with a real heavy white cardstock, and I'm going to also die cut this out with some craft cardstock. I'm going to run these through and I will be right back. So I have a thin frame and then I have an inside panel. I'm going to take my inside panel and I want a little bit of texture to this. To do that, I'm going to bring in a Spellbinders embossing folder. This is Dimensional Diamonds. And I'm going to place this in here and I'm going to run this through my embossing machine, and then I will be right back. So we kind of have a lattice pattern in the background, and I just love the way this looks. Here is what our stylized heart looks like in craft. And I ran the white cardstock through. Two things I wanted to share with you. One, if you have a die that's a detailed die that you're going to use the positive piece and it's a shape, when you put it on your panel to die cut it out, put it in the center, because you can always use this panel, the negative piece, on another card project. So I always try and do that when I create rectangles or squares or hearts or circles, because I can use the negative piece. Now I kind of made sure that all of these pieces stayed in, and it was easy to do because this is a heavyweight cardstock. I am going to take some tape and just kind of reinforce the back. This part you don't have to do. If you want to add some foam behind here to help secure it with glue, you could do that, because I want to end up popping this up anyway. But just so it doesn't shift. That piece wants to come out. I had one piece that wanted to get away from me, so I'm going to secure it. So the back side's all put together. I'm going to bring in my stamp and stencil mat. And then I'm going to bring in my TIDEPOOL ink. This actually came in a Simon kit not too long ago. And then I'm going to use my blending tool, and I'm just going to add a little bit of color on the edges here. And I'm going to fade it to the middle. I'm sorry about the shaky camera, but I do want it to fade to the middle here. Kind of got heavy, but I think I can get away with this. So now that we have a little bit of shading, if you don't have ink this color and you have Distress Oxide inks, a close second to this would be Salvage Patina. So you could do that with that. I'm going to go ahead and flip around my stylized heart, and I'll add some glue. I'm going to start by we're going to keep this white, and I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to use my tape runner, and using the frame that we created as a guide, I'm going to line this up. And then I'll tack this right on the inside, like so. And then I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to add some thin foam strips around here. I'm going to take my frame, I'm going to add this to the front of my card base, and we're going to frame in that embossed background. I'm going to take my heart, we're going to flip this around, I'm going to pop this up with some foam squares. And I'll add this to the upper portion of my embossed background. And this is where we bring in our beautiful vases. I'm going to flip these around. And we will tack down our happy right above our birthday. I think that's a good spot for it. Now I'm going to bring back my glossy accents and I'm going to go over, this time not the jars, but the flowers. And then we'll bring back our gems. I'll use my Place and Pierce embellishment wand and we will add some gems to this card here. And I think that's just the right amount. And that will finish off that card. So these are the cards we made today using a few new items that just arrived over at the Simon Says Stamp shop. It's the Beautiful Day release. I hope you get a chance to check it out. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.